Fellas, I'm gonna literally tell you this from the bottom of my heart. Build a fuckable physique. You need to do this. If you don't do this, you will miss out on all of the possible experiences that you can have with women that other men can't have because they just never thought about this. They never thought about building a fuckable physique. They just go to the gym because they think that they have to. They don't take it seriously. They don't make their body look like something that literally women would want to just be alone with in a room and do whatever it is that they want to do. They don't even fathom that women think like that. And the biggest thing is men say, well, women like dad bods and shit. That's bullshit. They like the fact that dad bods allow for men to be able to essentially be played around with and essentially just be taken advantage of because no other woman wants you, right? So of course she's gonna keep you and use all of your resources, of course. But it is very, very important for you as a man to focus on how can I make my physique, my presence as fuckable. I want my fuckability score to go through the roof because the reality is it impacts every other area of your life. Even when you interact with men, pause, it has nothing to do with what you think. When men see that you have a physique that they know women would like, they respect you a lot more. When they see women looking at you a certain way because they notice shit like that and they're not looking at them, they respect you a lot more. You get a lot of respect when you have sex appeal, 100%. You need to have that. I'm gonna tell you how you do this. It does not mean you train like a bodybuilder. You do not train like a fucking bodybuilder. Actually, you can train like a bodybuilder, just don't take steroids like a fucking bodybuilder. Because I also train somewhat like a bodybuilder to a certain extent, but because I don't take steroids, I look aesthetic. I don't look like I'm trying too fucking hard, right? Everything has been dialed in. And all of my muscles don't look like they're glued together like a fucking bionic action figure. My muscles are smooth, they connect with each other, the proportions are well, but the way that you do this is very, very simple. You train 1 to 2 days like a bodybuilder, where you're just refining different muscle groups. You may be doing lateral raises, you may do 100 lateral raises to get the shoulder caps going because you need to have that broad shoulder. That V-taper is very important when it comes to building a fuckable physique. The V-taper is extremely important. Women love the V-taper, right? So broad shoulders, which means whenever you lift weights, always go wide. When you're doing pull-ups, always go wide. When you're doing bench, always go wide. When you're doing anything, go wide. That's going to widen up your frame, right? And you'll be able to train a lot more muscle groups that are important for the aesthetic. Build your back. Do 100 pull-ups a fucking day. Train your back. Your back is one of those things where when women see it, they will literally melt if you have a really, really good back. Do pull-ups, do low rows, do all of that shit. Next, the best thing that you can do, I think one of the best things is obviously get a six-pack. Getting a six-pack is great. It's great when you take that shirt off and they see it and they're like, it's discipline, right? That comes with diet. It's all about dieting. That's all about making sure you're in a caloric deficit, making sure your metabolic rate increases, making sure that, you know, you are at a point where you're consuming less calories than you're burning. And at the same time, you have that the fat being just ran off of your stomach to where your abs show effortlessly, right? Abs are a very, very rare thing to see in society nowadays. You do not see blocky abs like this walking around. You don't see that shit. You don't see it when a lot of men don't want to take off their shirts, right? So it's very important for you to have that midsection. Now your chest is very important too. I would focus only on incline because that upper chest, when you build it up, it's very attractive to women. Having a good upper chest, a lower chest as well, but you don't want to have saggy. You don't want to look like a woman with saggy tits, bro. You gotta have that upper chest dialed in. I'm working on mine right now, right? Mine is getting better. But it's the hardest muscle to build in your chest, is that upper part. Incline presses, max those out. Do those, right? And then you want to build your legs. That's another thing. And I know a lot of people hate on me. They're like, Marcello, you have scrawny legs. Here's the thing, the difference with me, and this is what you have to understand about the whole fuckable physique thing. It's all about having an athlete effect, which means you look like you can be an athlete. You look like you could actually be an athlete, but you're not, right? You're not a professional athlete, but you have the effect, you have the aura like an athlete. You sometimes dress like an athlete when you go to the gym, right? You have some fashion sense to you. You can only get that when you have that athlete effect. And athletes do not have massive fucking boulder legs. That's not attractive. That makes you look retarded. It makes you look like you're just like a wrapped up sausage that just has like a bulge for legs. I'm 6'2", 6'3". I cannot have massive legs. I do not want that shit. I like wearing slim jeans. I like wearing jeans that hug me and actually fit me well. When you have massive fucking calves and you wear those jeans, you look retarded. You do, right? So it's definitely not a good idea to be able to do that at all. It's not. So you want to be able to be very proportional. You want to get to a point where everything is dialed in. Hello. You want to be able to have everything dialed in. And you want to get to a point where you're very, very symmetrical. Your shoulders are broad. Shoulders are big. Your chest is bigger. You have a six-pack. You have your back. Your back is wide. You have the V-taper look. And your legs aren't big enough to where people literally think you walk around with a jug of water going to the gym looking like you're just a bodybuilder. Because bodybuilders don't have sex appeal. Athletes do. And there's a reason for that, because they're functional. All the muscles that they have are based on a function. The way that they walk through life, they don't walk awkward like they have to take a shit. They walk like they own everything. They have that effect. And you have to train that way. You can do the bodybuilder style workouts, of course, because you have to refine, you have to have the aesthetic, but also you have to do the sprints. You have to go do some sort of boxing or some sort of play basketball outside. Use your muscles, functionality. My whole thing is you don't build functionality in the gym. That's bullshit. You build functionality when you go and you use your muscles for specific things that help your cognition be able to understand how to actually like use those muscles to apply it in different areas of life. That's full sex appeal, 100%. Strong, maybe build some forearms. I'm lacking in the forearm region, 100%. Look at this is chilling right here. But you need to be able to develop that, and it's very, very important. It's all good. No, you're good. Bye. But you need to build that up. If you can do all of that, there's no way that you won't have the appeal that you're looking for. So I hope this was valuable. I hope this was something that was inspiring. And get the lifestyle. Be that person. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you on the next video.